I'm a mortician and I work with the dead. Bodies don't lie, but people, on the other hand, people lie. They lie by omission. They lie by distraction. They lie by giving you just enough to keep you arguing instead of asking better questions. Wouldn't you agree?
100.
I completely agree, and I'm going to show what you omitted and how you're distracting people and giving them just enough to keep them arguing in your comments.
Subscribe to Slambegat.
Lauren the Mortician gave her expertise and reasons why this obvious picture of an alive pedo is actually an obvious picture of an alive pedo.
So when a photo starts circulating online, especially one being framed as a dead body, I don't look at the headlines. I don't look at the comments. I mean, I do a little bit, but I look at the physiology. This image has been shared by major media outlets as if it represents death.
This is the incident report for Epstein's suicide attempt, showing the photo was taken on 23rd July 2019 at 1:45 a.m. And here's other photos taken the very same minute that show an alive pedo.
You can prove anything with facts, can't you?
The only way you could believe he was dead in this photo is if you didn't know when the photo was taken. Or no, there's other photos showing him alive at the same time.
I hadn't thought of that.
I just debunked anyone who'd claimed this photo was of a dead man, and Lauren is making the claim that major media outlets framed him as a dead man, and she provided no evidence, and I found no source supporting her claim, but actually the opposite. TMZ, The Sun, Yahoo and New York Post all say this was before he died. If you don't show evidence to support your claim, then you're just saying,
Trust me, bro.
and I 100% do not trust anybody, even people I like, who tell me I'm being misled without proof, because how can I trust you've properly debunked a claim I can't verify even happened?
I can't answer that right now.
Make no mistake, Lauren's reasons for why he is alive in this photo is 100% correct, but she's wasting everybody's time because I just proved there was no good reason to think he was dead.
When something goes viral involving death, my brain does something very specific. I don't jump to conclusions.
Yes, you do!
I don't jump to theories.
Yes, you do.
Lauren did jump to a conclusion, and her reply proves it. She immediately thought he was playing possum, but when there's concrete evidence that he was alive after this photo was taken, it instantly destroys your theory. He changed his will after this photo, and here's him on a gurney after this photo, and here's a photo of what looks kind of like a dead pedo in the Sun newspaper in January 2020. Only people who refuse to look at dates to understand the timeline could be tricked into thinking this photo was meant to be a dead man.
You told us he was dead!
Guys, relax, okay?
Lauren didn't show this photo, and if she did, she could still debunk this photo, but also show what an actual dead pedo looks like to prove she's actually using anatomy science instead of blatantly fueling conspiracy theories!
Just chill out.
Now, some people say this is not Epstein, like Coop.
And from my research, there's only one conclusion from what I've uncovered. Not only did Epstein not take his own life, he never even died at all. But I do think that without a doubt, we have most certainly proven that Epstein is certainly alive.
Big, bold claim, not
I think, believe, probably, possibly, maybe.
but without a doubt. Well, let me cast some doubt.
The first thing you may notice is that none of these autopsy photos look like Epstein. And it's convenient that there are no photos that are direct on angles of his face.
But it's inconvenient that the black and white photo isn't at an angle to see if the tooth is bent. And these photos kind of look like the tooth is bent. This looks like a good match, and this one kind of looks like the same tooth. And this angle also casts doubt in my opinion, and this one also shows the tooth poking out a bit. And I know he didn't have access to these photos at the time, but I'm just saying there's always doubt. There's always got to be doubt, unless you're the one that's hiding him. Are you? Anyway, back to Lauren.
First, I'm going to show you, from a mortuary science standpoint, why this photo does not show a deceased body. Not opinion, not conspiracy, anatomy, physiology.
It is your opinion, and it's the correct opinion because the evidence that you're ignorant of supports your opinion. My opinion is irrelevant because I just made sure I had some facts to properly inform people because I don't like...
Trust me, bro.
So, Lauren, you are 100% fueling and indulging in a conspiracy theory that makes literally no sense. Why would he be playing possum on 23rd of July and then tell us he died on 10th of August?
A conspiracy.
Conspiracy theories ruin your ability to think properly. This person is technically correct. It is not a post-death photo, but their opinion that he was playing possum is demonstrably false, and it's tragic that nearly 10,000 people like Mark's completely wrong bullshit opinion. By the way, when she said,
They lie by giving you just enough to keep you arguing instead of asking better questions.
Lauren failed to ask a better question. Like, is there proof in the 42,000 photos released in December to show he was alive after this photo was taken? And just fucking yes!
I'm angry.
And if Lauren's too busy to go through 42,000 photos, then she could glance at any of the sources I've shown that have pedo alive next to the photo she's claiming
Major media outlets
want me to think is a dead man. There's plenty of evidence, she just doesn't care to look.
Prove it.
Why are we being shown this image at all? Like, seriously, why? Why was this photo taken? Who took the photo?
It's so mysterious.
And now I've got to call out Hal Mother Humping Sparks, and this sucks because I trust him, but just like Lauren, he failed to do a cursory bloody search.
Why does this photo exist at all? Why?
Well, I don't know.
If they wanted to know why this photo exists, then they'd move their fingers and find the answer.
True that. True that. True that. True that.
Also, this is supposedly a picture from when he's been dead for a couple of hours.
Says who?
Yeah, it's supposed to be an autopsy table or a morgue tray, which is horseshit.
Yeah, duh.
I know how, and I wonder why you don't specify where you're getting your horse shit from. And why don't you know about the 2019 incident report and the other sources that confirm he was alive and in prison in the bloody photo?
These are good questions.
I think that picture looks like he's close your mouth, close your eyes, hold your mouth shut, and we'll get a picture of you laying here. People think this is at the mortuary, or at the morgue rather. And then as soon as we get this, click.
You're lazy and you're stupid.
It's just rude. I don't get it.
I'll leave you with a clip from theoretical physicist Richard Feynman because he perfectly states the reason I don't indulge in conspiratorial thinking.
I can live with doubt and uncertainty and not knowing. I think it's much more interesting to live not knowing than to have answers which might be wrong. But I don't have to know an answer. I don't feel frightened by not knowing things.
Amen to that.
Like the bloody video.